The following Pulppourri podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Welcome to the Pulppourri Sportscast with Brock and Ben. This podcast is where we discuss the sports headlines that intrigue us and those little stories that enrage us.
Carr.
Yes.
There is no way I should be able to fuck that name up, right? Derek Carr.
Right.
Played one series, and that offense looked like they were in almost mid-season form, and they were running basic shit.
Yeah, or
like basic, because nobody's blitzing or doing any exotic shit. It's all like base football.
yeah, curl routes and
Right, it's like Madden.
slants out.
It's like playing Madden as a rookie. I'm going to play these three plays.
Yeah, I like that. Or someone on Twitter put it was like, this is what Saints fans are like, and it's like, chill out, it's preseason, and then the first touchdown, like, going to the Super Bowl. Oh my god.
And then you get Kareem Hunt and guys like visiting for another running back.
Yeah.
What are we?
Well, we definitely need it now because our draft pick is out for a few weeks with that sprained knee. So
it could have been worse. But he's a running back. But he's young.
Sure.
So I'm holding out hope. Mike Thomas.
I thought he was going to die on that one play when he got crushed by two dudes.
And he stood up. No. You know what? That's the Mike I want to see. There was a picture of him standing on the sideline. It was like Carr was standing in front of him, and he was like, looked like the Terminator. He's got like that crazy 1,000-yard stare again.
Yeah.
We need that guy.
Well, there's so many dudes with chips on their shoulders this year because it's people have been crapping on them because they can't stay healthy or they haven't put up the stats that they used to.
Yeah.
So.
And Jimmy Graham wants to go out. He can't be playing much more than a couple of seasons, depending on how good the team ends up being.
I was gonna say and I've been forgetting his name, but our current tight end that was in that starting series, the converted wide receiver,
and not Taysom Hill.
No,
the other guy.
Yeah. We should remember his name because he came in like
Trotman.
No,
the other one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter at this point.
But he's got, whoever decided that to convert him from a wide receiver to a tight end, because you can see like it's a big dude, but then he's got the speed and the hands.
Another Taysom Hill. The Saints are obsessed with people who can do like 6 things on offense. Well,
I mean, this guy though now he's only a tight end,
right? But he can do things that most tight ends can't.
But I like that because it's sort of like with a little bit what the Rams did with Ricky Prohl, you're not a good deep wide receiver anymore, so we're going to set up the 3 wide receiver set and put you slant always, and then you're the go-to guy.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah,
there you go. You know who else did that really fucking well? His name's Marcus Colston.
True.
Motherfucker. God, I miss that guy. Fuck. The most underrated wide receiver in history.
Yeah.
God, damn it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, they were good at that first series was good enough that the local broadcast was like coming in their pants live on television.
And everybody was like, holy shit. And it was ones against ones. Again, base, but yeah.
Well, and you just, like, as we're saying, you can't get too wrapped up in it.
We're Saints fans. By week 3, the entire offense will be hurt.
That, right. But I do think, I think the local broadcast pointed out is that that first run we're going up against the Super Bowl defending defense. Granted, I forget how many people they lost or gained or whatever.
Doesn't matter. They're still the Super Bowl champs.
And it's still preseason, but you're going, like you said, you're running basic shit, nothing tricky. Maybe that's what Pete Carmichael needs to focus on this year and not...
Keep it simple?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not try and out Sean Payton.
Please don't do that. Maybe Gruden and his really horrible, just everything. Maybe he'll have a mic to Carmichael.
Maybe. But you also, I mean, like, Breeze was back for several of the training sessions, and
yeah, exactly.
So
listening to Breeze talk in the booth for the is that the third quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Breeze, man. Except his fucking. If I hear any more stories about motherfucking pickleball,
yeah.
Like we're just inventing, and I know. Okay, yes, all sports were invented, but. You know, like if pickleball's a thing, then basketball needs to be a thing.
That would be fun, yeah.
You know?
Although,
basketball, baseball.
I don't think Trey Parker and Matt Stone need more money, but, you know.
Give a fuck. That would be more interesting than basically ping pong table. It's not tennis or ping pong.
Or just sort of the, like, insult to other sports, like pickleball, fastest growing sport in America. Why the fuck not soccer?
Because white people. That's basically what it is. Okay. Anything else? Last thoughts? I
think we're...
Go ahead.
I will say this, is that I think for the first time in a couple of years, and again, depends on what magic Mickey Loomis can pull off before really the start of the season, but they've plugged holes. A lot of the draft picks, defensive and offensive line draft picks, are looking good.
Ruiz is back, and he looks like a pit bull.
Yeah. But I do think, like, there's still so many veterans that have stuck with the team, which that'll be the...
Oh, and DeMario didn't play this past week, or Tyrann Mathieu.
But, like, Werner... Still looks like a fucking wild man. I said that
last year. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Kid. It's his third year.
If that, yeah.
Fuck, that kid's good.
It's his second year as a starter, I think.
He's a fucking beast. Derek Carr was 6 of 8, 70 yards, with a passer rating of 140.
And Jameis put up as good numbers.
Yeah, he was 11 of 13 for 92 yards and a touchdown. 121 passer rating.
And that's our backup.
The only reason that he's there is because he took 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Blaine Gabbert, whatever the fuck that guy's name. Even our Moxie kid, whatever his name is, Jay Hayner. It's an A before an E, so like. But he showed some moxie.
Sure.
We had a guy kick his very first field goal and win the game.
Right.
And so much
a Notre Dame alum, by the way.
And he didn't even, and like security wasn't going to let him in. That is a true fucking story. Security straight up said, "No, kid, you can't come in here. You don't have your credentials." Then they let him in, and then he was trying to get off the field.
Hey, man, but I'm with the team.
He's trying to get off the field. Now, when he's leaving the field, he's clearly wearing his uniform. And they were like, "No, man, you can't go down that tunnel. What are you thinking?"
Well, to be fair to the security, there's a lot of people dressed up as football players at Saints games.
You know what? Now that he did that, he would have had to have like a witness, two people to be like, "No, he's with us. Come on, he just
that's my dog. Come on, let him through."
Yeah, he just won the fucking game. All right, so
come get your boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the locker room, they open the door. Somebody needs to come. You need to get your boy out here. So, yeah. Yep. He's awesome. The Saudis suck, though. The Saudi Football League.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go way off the rails there.
Sure. Or, whatever.
Now Neymar plays there.
Yeah, whatever shadow organization is snatching up players and coaches, by the way.
Yes. For the national team?
Yeah.
That's the reigning and defending European champion Italian national team's manager took money to go to manage.
Clearly, the country of Italy can't outbid the Saudis, the national team. God damn it! That you would leave World Cup competition to go.
Well, no. Let's pump the brakes on World Cup competition because Italy.
Possible.
Okay.
But I mean, like that's why you take the national team job.
Well,
But now you're going to go coach a club in the desert. So
yeah, where you can't have bacon. Straight up.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, yeah, how does an Italian live out there?
You don't, is what you do. You don't.
Well, maybe they give him a private jet and he just flies out for games.
He lives outside of the area, so
just goes back and forth from
indulge
Italy.
And then private jet in.
He can have his prosciutto and then get on the jet.
Right, get on the jet, go to training, and then get on his jet and go back and have a charcuterie board. Okay.
But who did they sign the TV deal with again?
Wasn't it one of the Sky Sports?
Yeah, and then like it transfers to an American. Is it ESPN that's going to be carrying them or somebody like that?
Is it BN Sports maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, but
well, no, because they have more money, so they would have probably wanted.
It's like somebody was listening to us the last time we complained about this and saying, why would you go over there when you're getting no international TV exposure? And then they signed an international TV deal.
Yep. So we'll. You're going to force me to watch that. We'll talk about them in a minute. But it's getting a little out of control. I think Chelsea has spent $1 billion more than all of Serie A.
Yeah.
What? That's.
Then
half of them won't play.
That's because they got, or I guess Pochettino's just being like, all right, let's just roll the dice on everything.
Well, so they bought a whole bunch of people at the transfer window in January, right? And like half of them didn't play, and then the manager's gone, so they're like, we've got this cupboard full of shit that Pochettino doesn't necessarily need.
Yeah.
And they sign all these other players for like mid guys that are just straight mid, like a 70 mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
are getting.
Yeah, they're not even high 80s.
No, like straight mid dudes, mid table dudes that are getting like $100 million transfer fees.
I still want to know what happened with the Tyler Adams deal, but
yeah, I mean, well, I'm glad he didn't go.
Oh yeah, and we'll get to that.
That would have been a black hole ass Pulisic about that.
Yeah,
I mean the same. That's what Chelsea does.
Well, and just to stay on Chelsea for a second, yeah, I mean it's like you're going to get all that talent, or you're going to buy all this, and like you said, half of them are going to ride the bench for most of the year and only come in the 75th minute.
Or play like cup games.
Yeah.
The Carabao Cup. Here you go, motherfucker. You can play in the 4th round of the FA Cup for us.
Maybe that's the plan, right?
That's how you win your quadruple.
Yeah. Or if the season fucks up, then it's, we can at least get 2 more trophies by winning Carabao and FA.
They in the Champions League? No, they finished like 10th last year or something.
No, they're out of that.
So it's just the FA and the Carabao.
Yeah.
And they can win a treble ending.
Well, and and possibly, the Premier League, but I don't know. I don't think Arsenal lost anybody. So
no, and they gained a couple of people.
Yeah.
So, but Man City, watch now that when does the transfer window close? Like this week?
Like 1st of September.
Okay, so De Bruyne's hurt.
Right.
Needs surgery.
Ooh, I didn't realize it was that bad.
And Pep was like, it's going to be a minute.
Oh, fuck.
Like, maybe not even the Euros next summer. Minute.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Belgium's not winning anything
anyway. I say, yeah. Go throw a fuck ton of money at Modric. Just so you can have him place it into
And they've moved,
Holland.
Speaking of that, they've moved him to the outside and they've put Camavinga in the middle.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just went down a rabbit hole. Anyway, the Premier League spends way too fucking much money, and every other league on the planet is a joke except the Saudi league.
But I do want to point out, like we were talking about Chelsea. Chelsea has American ownership.
Correct.
So you got to be thinking too. MLS is looking at that and going, stay home. We have been making some changes here at Pulppourri. We've shortened our episodes to 30 minutes so you can catch everything we say on the drive home, on a lunch break, or at any other time. We've added video to our repertoire, and we are expanding our social media presence. So check us out on YouTube and smash that subscribe button and use the likes. You can get our socials from the link in our bio, and be on the lookout for our new politics cast. If you need a change for your taste buds, go to thegdsauce.com and change the way you think about the way you eat. From their signature goddamn sauce to their ghost pepper sauce, they have everything you need to rethink condiments. Help support an independent business by getting rid of your same old condiments and boss up with the goddamn sauces. Our favorite sport to hate, baseball.
Baseball. Everything. We're going to, like I said, if we are going to hell, this hellscape, we deserve a Braves Texas Rangers World Series.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I mean, this is going to sound crazy, and I understand you got a little bit more beef with them. I don't mind if the Rangers go. They after 2011, and I'm not meaning to be a dick about this, but I mean, with being within in 2 games a strike away from winning a World Series against the Cardinals, and they went up against magical David Freese. God bless that man's soul.
That man is. He was impressive.
Yeah, they fucking dismantled that whole organization, and then
they do what Florida does every time.
But then they made the smart move. Let's lure Bruce Bochy back, and then he's going to go, give me my fucking team. Yeah.
Without his mustache. So fuck you, Boch.
Well, who knows? He might start growing a playoff mustache.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, whatever, the Rangers. They never beat us in the playoffs, so it's all good.
Well, we should be wanting that the Rangers emerge, and that the Astros are going to make a wild card spot. Yeah. Guaranteed. But if the Astros don't get past a certain round, although I do kind of, as much as I shit on the man, but that would suck for Dusty Baker, because then that would give them, they already screwed him over by giving him a 1-year contract. I'm surprised he even signed that. It should have been like, fuck you.
Probably because he wanted to say fuck you and win a World Series.
Right. But that would be the only person I feel bad for on that team.
You could have just walked away. You could have just given them the finger.
Yeah.
And gone and sat down until the Yankees call this winter.
Sure. Or, I mean, there's a ton of organizations that would have killed for him.
I don't want him. Don't want to go. But all this shit talk, and we're still over 500.
Right. Which, and
I don't care. We're terrible.
In a sense, well, yeah, but to me that just boosts what the Orioles have done this year.
Yeah, as much as I hate,
a year ahead of schedule according to the prognosticators.
So it's like my Rangers, my New York Rangers. They're ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Conference finals, crash out, win the whole fucking thing. So yeah, I don't want the Yankees to do anything. I want them to miss the playoffs by like 10 games, so that we can finally clean house. There are fans actively trying to organize a fire Cashman night.
Do you think Steinbrenner would actually?
Yes,
because he's making public statements saying Boone's my guy, Cashman's my guy. Although
but apparently
that is usually the mark, like the mark of the devil.
Correct.
Like, you're fucked.
Because behind the scenes, he is getting frustrated. So much so that people were saying, like, if he goes through this weekend, because we play Boston this weekend, and just shits the bed, like, he might not make it to Monday. But again, these are just all, that's New York.
Cashman or Boone?
Boone.
Yeah.
Cashman, he's one guy who has been living off of glory days.
Oh, yeah.
Like, great, you did that. I don't think he built that farm system, though.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
And they depleted all that by, trading for crazy-ass guys at certain times, or selling them off for the money so that they could then, like, buy Mark Teixeira and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what we do. Fucking idiots. Carry on. How them cards doing? You heard about oh my God, they're not in the cellar.
No. Well, no, they're still they're still below 500. I guess by we have the same winning percentage as the Pirates. Here's the difference between the Cardinals and the Pirates. The Pirates at one point were in first place. The Cardinals, I think, other than day one, have not.
And the Pirates are in first place for a minute, huh?
Yeah. But, unfortunately, and I hate it for the town and for that team because I do have a soft spot for the Pirates. But, yeah, I mean, that...
Poor Pirates.
They have an organizational issue.
You think?
But now with the Cardinals, what president Shadow GM is did his first interview since the trade deadline and was still, after we traded for all this pitching, said, yeah, in the offseason we're looking for about 3, maybe 4 more pitchers. Like, all right, dude.
You know what?
But
that's see, we love first baseman apparently.
Sure.
Who can't play any other position.
Well, we desperately needed pitching, but they put it off for so long that they waited till it was a mammoth problem. And now, thankfully, we still have Goldschmidt for 1 more year, and we have Arenado for
5.
Three or 5.
3 before he hits
arbitration.
Yeah, that's it.
But that should be one of those of like those key guys while they're still in their prime.
Yeah,
you need to make sure like next year should be win the whole fucking thing, or get the fuck out of town.
The Yankees aren't close to that. We should be blowing everything up.
Yeah.
But, we've got dead weight. Fuck baseball.
Actually, if the numbers play out, we should get an Atlanta-Baltimore series.
Yeah, see, I told you it was going to storm. The Braves are on pace to win, 162 games.
That team is good, though.
Yeah, they are. It's gross.
And they're all like 20-year-olds.
Yeah, they're all 12. And they've got pitching for days, and because they're all kids, they're probably locked up for 2 or 3 years. This motherfucker.
But if they're going, hey, it's the start of another dynasty, you mean a bunch of National League championships?
Correct. I was going to say, we could do this all day.
Yeah.
They got their one. That's
you got to wait till Cleveland gets back on the roll.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yankees beat up on them.
Yeah.
Did we sweep them? No, we lost the first 2 at home and then won 4 in a row.
I'd be fine if like the NL West just imploded and didn't exist anymore.
Yep.
So
and we could shoot them into a black hole.
Yeah.
Fucking cocksuckers. Baseball's the shits this year.
Let's move on to another topic that we won't get angry about.
How do you give up a penalty in the extra time?
Well,
and ESPN shit the bed because I went to watch the replay and it wasn't there.
No, it wasn't even on. I think the teams have to have a contract with whatever the
so it's not
broadcast. So like Leeds home games will be on ESPN Plus.
But the other ones.
But I don't think Birmingham is in on that contract.
Okay, I was wondering why I couldn't find them. I saw the score.
Thanks, Tom Brady. Fucking buy that team and can't get them on ESPN. The network that smokes your pole all the time.
Wait a minute. He bought what? Birmingham?
He bought into, he bought investor shares into Birmingham. At least I think it's that Birmingham, unless there's another Birmingham. So
I bet he thought he was buying a football team, like an American football team in Birmingham, Alabama. And when they came back and were like, great, you got a football team.
I hate to say this, but was it like 2 weeks ago? I ran out of shit to watch, so I started going through the ESPN Plus documentaries. There's a one on the Tuck Rule, and they put him and Charles Woodson in the same room and replay the game. To see, I'm sure like Tom Brady's like the lamest motherfucker when you're not talking about football, but when he's talking about football, like...
Oh, no.
Yeah,
he knows what's up.
He's pretty awesome. I hate to say that. That just killed my soul a little bit, but
remember when he tried the baby face turn there for a minute, and after they won the Super Bowl and he was doing shit, and then he was like, nobody likes a baby face Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So he went back heel, got divorced, then bought a football team in Birmingham.
But anyway, back to Leeds.
Sorry, back to Leeds. Okay.
I think that whole team's in shambles right now.
So do I.
And I hate it for Farka because he doesn't know who he can play from week to week. Because you don't know who's leaving, who's being a little...
Is Reuter still there, or we got rid of him too?
No, he's still there, but he's injured.
Right. Yep, I knew that. Although I saw Stuart Dallas kicking a football today.
Good.
Soccer ball.
Well, he'll take Harrison's spot, so...
Right. How long's Harrison going to be out for?
He's gone.
Shut the fuck up. How did I miss that?
Well, because there's all this, like, he's part of the exodus. I forget who got him, who nabbed him, but...
like West Ham?
Or it might have been Bournemouth or something.
When Bournemouth can afford a player and AC Milan can't, something's flawed.
Here's my deal, and...
Sorry, get back to Leeds.
No, I'm not. But this goes back to it, which is going to the photo that you showed me of the permanent marker on the table and all the guys that are leaving. So I guess in a way to be devil's advocate is that if you're a player and you signed a contract and you had a relegation clause,
right?
And take Tyler Adams. So this where
Aronson had one too, didn't he?
I'll get to the question that I asked. He did, but then they sent him out on loan before anybody could snatch him up. So if you have that relegation clause and there's like a transfer fee that can get activated.
Yeah, you have to activate. I think for everybody, you got to activate the transfer fee before anything.
So
like you can have terms agreed and everything, but unless you pay, basically you're paying the other squad.
So does it sound like Adams has a choice in the matter? Like if somebody's saying, like apparently from the way I hear about his contract is, if somebody says we're willing to pay $20 million,
right, and
Leeds agreed to it, he's gone.
So
versus the minor details in the background.
Right. So the question is, Chelsea cut it off.
Right.
But it could have been one of those things like, we're not going to sell him, we're not looking to move him, but if someone comes knocking at the door.
Well, like I'm saying, it sounds like the contract is structured in a way that if somebody says,
that's what I'm saying, yeah,
we will pay that money, like Leeds almost has like no option, neither does Tyler Adams, and he's got to go and do a physical.
Correct, he's got to go take the medical.
Yeah, because this isn't like baseball where the players are in control of the contract.
Fuck no, the players without a clause.
Yeah.
They can, yeah.
They can be bought or sold.
Correct.
And
if they're not, they could just be like, I'm not playing. And then the club can go, cool, we're going to pay you to sit on the bench.
And my last thing about that is I take back every good thing I said about Victor Orta, because he's the one who got all these, who designed all these contracts.
Yep.
And I understand the Leeds loyal being like, fuck these guys for wanting to leave. He set that team. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, giving all these guys relegation releases as if he knew he was fired or he was so confident.
Or he knew that his plan B was to buy the team in Italy.
Right. Well, no. I'm talking about the sports director, yeah.
I mean, they worked...
Their GM.
They worked hand in hand, though.
A bit, yeah. But I don't even think Rodriani knew that he was giving these guys all these backdoor clauses.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. But see, when Juventus got relegated, not from play, but because they hate us, Buffon stayed on, Del Piero stayed on.
Well, yeah.
But Hall of Famers.
But you're also talking about almost the equivalent of a national, squad, but a national program.
Correct.
They're the most successful Italian program.
They're the Yankees.
Yeah.
No,
and if you're on that team, you're on the national squad.
Not anymore.
Man, we bounced around like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but we tied it all in.
There we go, yeah.
So
we put a bow on it. The following Pulppourri podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulppourri is a privately produced podcast by Brock Ryder and Ben Grimmie, on social media and photography by Beck Ryder, original music by the Heisenberg Compensators.